Good afternoon and welcome to the Senate Committee on Health and Human Services for the 83rd Legislative Session. Madam Secretary, please proceed to call the roll.
Senator Lang, Senator Stone, Senator Taylor, Senator Titus, Chair Doniate.
And I'm here, and please mark Senator Lang present when she arrives. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. Today, we have one quick bill hearing on Assembly Bill 552, and we will do a work session once Senator Lang arrives. And so at this time, I will go ahead and open the bill hearing on AB 552 and allow our presenter to begin when you're ready.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. For the record, I'm Marla McDade Williams. I serve as the administrator for the Division of Child and Family Services. Assembly Bill 552 implements a budgetary measure for DCFS that eliminates the trust fund for child welfare and eliminates the requirement for the division to deduct from a child's separate account in the fund any services to the child provided by public money. The practice to use a child's benefits to offset the cost of foster care began in 1993 when the Child Welfare Trust Fund was created in NRS 432.037. These proposed changes reduced our budget by $97,000 in payments to rural child welfare. The Title IV-E Social Security Act does not require states to claim the cost of care or offset. Therefore, states can choose the financial practice to opt in or out of this budgeting policy. And I believe there was another measure that did this similar thing for Clark and Washoe County this session. And this concludes my testimony. Happy to answer questions.
Thank you so much. Just double checking. Do we have any questions from committee members at this time?
I just have a quick one.
Vice Chair Taylor.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for being here. I want to make sure I get it. I'm pretty sure I do. The children who are in foster care currently have an account set up, and then the state bills against that, if you will, for the cost.
Correct. That's, for the record, Marla McDade Williams. That is how it works.
That's been our practice, but we don't have to do that.
Correct.
Right, but there are a few states that do. Would you say most? I'm sorry, Chair. Follow up. Thank you. Would you say most do or don't, Ms. McDade? What do you think? Or do you know?
For the record, Marla McDade Williams, 38 states and the District of Columbia currently use a child in foster care's SSI or Social Security benefits to offset the child welfare agencies. So we would be moving in the opposite direction of what other states currently do.
One more, Chair, for me. But the cities and counties, I think they're moving away from this. Am I correct? Did I hear you correct on that?
For the record, Marla McDade Williams, yes, there was a bill by the majority leader that changed that practice for Clark and Washoe County.
Okay, I thought so. Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you for your indulgence.
Thank you. Any other questions? If you want to go ahead and take a step back, I'll open it up to testimony in support of this bill. If there's anyone that would like to testify in support of AB 552, please come forward. I don't see anyone here or in Las Vegas. AVH, is there anyone online?
Chair, there are no callers in support at this time.
Thank you so much. Let's go to opposition. If you are in opposition to AB 552, please come forward. I don't see anyone here or in Las Vegas. AVH, is there anyone online?
Chair, there are no callers in opposition at this time.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, anyone in neutral on this bill? I don't see anyone here in Las Vegas. AVH, is there anyone online?
Chair, there are no callers in neutral at this time.
Thank you so much. With that being said, I am going to close this bill hearing and give me one quick second. All right. Given that we are, in the interest of time, running into the last days of the session, I will go ahead and ask that we do pass this bill. And so at this time, I will ask for a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion for our vice chair. Do I have a second? Second from Senator Lang. Any discussion? Senator Titus.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to be a no on this bill at this time. Maybe I can get to a yes, but I need to have a better understanding about the whereas and why fors and what the impact will be ultimately, and especially since that other 38 states continue to do this. Why are we getting away from this? So thank you.
Thank you. Any other further comments? Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to be voting no, but I'm going to reserve the right.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's move on to the vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We have 2 nays from Senator Titus and Senator Stone. The motion's carried, and I will go ahead and take that floor statement. Let's move on now to our work session. We have 2 bills on the agenda, but I will be adding another bill that's not on the agenda for work session. We are going to be doing our work session first with AB 352, followed by AB 556, and I am adding SB 494 to the work session of today. So let's start with AB 352. Ms. Cooper.
Thank you, Chair. Destiny Cooper for the record. Assembly Bill 352 revises provisions relating to businesses. It's sponsored by Assemblymember Anderson and was heard in committee on May 27th. Assembly Bill 352 requires the State Department of Agriculture to license cottage cosmetic operations and sets forth requirements and fees related to cottage cosmetic operations. Additionally, this bill increases the yearly gross sales cap for craft food operations to $100,000 and authorizes sales transactions by telephone or via the internet with fulfillment required in person. Amendments are attached. Assemblymember Anderson proposed an amendment which in summary replaces the requirement for a social security number in Section 8 for an application with an employee identification number and revises the effective date to July 1, 2027. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Committee members, do we have any questions? Once again, I just wanted to clarify that the implementation date that we have submitted is for July 1st, 2027, unless if the department and the local health districts are able to implement sooner than that. Question from Senator Titus.
Yeah, thank you. Can clarify the social security number, because in the bill that I have, they're still using the social security number. And
Thank you. We'll allow our co-presenter to answer that question.
Assemblymember Anderson for the record. Thank you for the question and clarification asked. Based upon the discussion the other night, was that just yesterday? Or 2 days ago? The question was asked of the chair, could we make that an EIN, employee identification number instead? And that would be in both areas that is utilized. After discussing it with the director, it actually is something the department wished they had caught earlier, and they thought that was a good idea. And so that would be consistent throughout the language.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? This is a motion to amend and do pass. Do I have a motion? We have a motion from our vice chair. Do I have a second? Second from Senator Lang. Any discussion on this bill? Senator Titus.
Thank you. I have some concerns. I support the cottage industry. I do have some concerns about increasing the threshold to $100,000. Then that has remained in this. However, it's been my understanding now that compared to other states, that's probably in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and support this out of committee, unless I have reason to change my mind, and then I'd let you know. But so far, I'll be a yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No opposition. Motion carries, and I will take that floor statement. Let's move on to AB 556. Ms. Cooper.
Thank you, Chair. Assembly Bill 556 revises provisions relating to Medicaid. It's sponsored by the Assembly Committee on Ways and Means on behalf of the Office of Finance and the Office of the Governor, and was heard in committee on May 27th. Assembly Bill 556 changes the name of the Medical Care Advisory Committee within the Division of Healthcare Financing and Policy to the Medicaid Advisory Committee and revises the duties and membership of the committee. Additionally, the bill creates the Beneficiary Advisory Council to advise the Medicaid Advisory Committee on matters relating to Medicaid recipients and prescribes the duties and membership of the council. No amendments were proposed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Committee members, any questions? This is a motion of do pass. Do I have a motion? We have a motion from our vice chair and a second from Senator Lang. Any discussion on this bill? Senator Titus.
I have traditionally voted against increasing advisory committees and yet another advisory committee. I think, however, that with this new structure of the system that we're doing, in this particular case, it's going to need a lot of oversight and some advisement, and so I'm going to support this. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Let's move on to the vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion's carried, and I will take that floor statement. And we will now go to Senate Bill 494. Ms. Cooper.
Thank you, Chair. Senate Bill 494 was sponsored by the Committee on Finance on behalf of the Office of Finance in the Office of the Governor. It was heard in a joint hearing on Tuesday. It's referred to the Committee on Health and Human Services, and in summary, makes revisions relating to health and human services. Just because it's kind of a hefty bill, I'll read the act as well. An act relating to state government, creating the Nevada Health Authority, creating certain divisions and offices within the authority, providing for the appointment of officers and the employment of staff for the authority, establishing requirements governing procurement by the authority, creating the Nevada Health Authority Gift Fund, prescribing the duties of the authority and its divisions and officers, transferring to the authority the responsibility for operating various programs and administering various provisions, revising the name of certain agencies, revising certain terminology, eliminating the Division of Healthcare Financing and Policy of the Department of Health and Human Services, revising provisions governing the operation of the Public Employees Benefit Program, and revising the membership and duties of the Board of Directors of the Silver State Health Insurance Exchange, amongst other provisions. Thank you.
Thank you. Committee members, do we have any questions? This is a motion of due pass. We have a motion from Senator Titus. Do I have a second? Second from our Vice Chair. All those in favor, or sorry, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No opposition. Motion carries, and I will assign that floor statement to Senator Titus. That concludes the agenda items on our work session, which means that we go on to our last agenda item, which is public comment. Is there anyone that would like to provide public comment at this time? I don't see anyone here in Las Vegas. AVH, is there anyone online?
Chair, the public line is open and working. However, there are no callers at this time.
Thank you so much. Before we conclude, this is probably the last HHS meeting that we'll have this legislative session with all our staff. And so I just wanted to take a moment of gratitude to thank them for all the work that they've done. I put them a little at ease today because I gave them a 5-minute notice of this meeting. And so I'm just very grateful for them for putting up with my shenanigans, not just today, but every day. And of course, I'm very thankful to our committee members. I think I'm sure we've gotten into a few arguments and fights throughout this legislative session, but I hope the work that we can reflect on actually improves the lives of Nevadans, and I'm just very grateful for all of you, and of course to anyone that has participated in this process today. Our Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. And I just want to say, just as the Vice Chair and just one of the committee members, thank you for your leadership. Your expertise in this area has really served us well. The amount of work that you put into understanding what's going on, working with people, trying to make a bill get to a place where it can do something good for the people and still keep the stakeholders involved and interested and so on, and dare I say collaborating with each other has really benefited us. And me personally, I just really appreciate that. So thank you for your leadership, Chair.
Thank you. That means a lot. Senator Titus.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and all members. I love being on this committee, and I think one of the major things that I find it's not an issue, it's one of the things I find so good about this committee. And another one that I serve with this certain person, this Vice Chair on this committee, is that, frankly, both of you are folks that listen, try to make it right, try to do the right thing for Nevadans, even though I think we agree on what the issue is. Sometimes we disagree on how to solve the problems. And so, then we come to a good understanding. And I just want everybody to hear that when I meet with the chair on my issues, you of course know that I'm not passionate about anything. But what he will say when I bring up an issue that on why I'm standing in a certain position, he will say, fair enough. And that's a good word. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Titus. Any other comments? Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's been an honor to work with you and the Vice Chair and the committee over the past year. I've enjoyed the interactions that you and I have had. We haven't always agreed on everything, but you're a true professional, and you always give equal time to people that want to testify here on behalf of us. And this remains one of my favorite committees, and I appreciate your leadership in making it as good as it is.
Thank you so much, Senator Stone. Senator Lang.
Last but not least, I love this committee. It's my favorite committee, and I think it's a lot due to you, Chair, because even in the interim, whenever I had a question, we'd always meet and talk, and I appreciate that so much. And I think your leadership and your knowledge of issues has helped us grow as a committee and helps us get to good decisions that we make on behalf of the people of Nevada. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Senator. And of course, I just want to just conclude by saying thank you to Mr. Robbins and to Ms. Cooper. They have been very instrumental in all the bills that we have passed, and so if we could just give them a round of applause. With that, thank you so much for joining us. Who knows what's left beyond today, but again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everyone that has contributed to this process, and the meeting is now adjourned.